We are live, Disney Crush Tuesday night live stream. Hi, David.
Hey, Tony Ann.
We want to apologize once more for the second stream in a row. We promised you guys Port Orleans, and Mandy got stranded at Walt Disney World. Tough life. She was supposed to join us in a live stream about Port Orleans, and she just got home, so she's a little tired. So we're going to try again, maybe in 2 more weeks, to do our Port Orleans, not review, kind of a informational video about Port Orleans, Riverside and French Quarter. But like I said, Mandy just got home and she's exhausted. So
We'll get there. We'll get to
we're
it.
going to give her a break. But we have a lot of pictures we've been to Disney like 3 or 4 times in the last month, like something ridiculous like that. Since the end of August, we've been there a lot. And we have a lot of pictures, a lot of reviews that we gave you on the podcast, but we didn't get to show you the pictures of the food and the stuff we talked about, and some things, kind of a sneak preview of the podcast that comes out tomorrow. We've got a couple of pictures that pertain to that. So
yeah, we might talk a little bit about stuff that we talked on the podcast, but so you guys will get a
yeah.
You'll get to hear about it before everybody else does. How's that?
Yeah. And
hey, Uli.
Hi,
Chris.
Uli.
Hey, Chris. What's up? Samantha. Hey, you. And Tom. Hi from the home of the Kraken. Go Seattle Kraken. Okay. Just gonna say repeat.
What are you gonna repeat?
Repeat. What's up, Karen?
Hey, Karen.
Mickey File podcast, and Scott, Dan.
Yeah, there is a group chat going on right now, and I had to silence my phone because, yeah, group chat is making me bananas.
I didn't know.
Oh, there you go. Yes, Kurt, it's live. And if you ding my phone with your group chat, I'm going to be upset. So for the select people that are watching the show, I'm going to tell you guys what Kurt's asking me about. I'm going to tell you guys. This is kind of a breaking news. Some of you know that we've been working on it, but one of the things Dave and I talked about on this week's podcast coming up is the fact that we keep making dining reservations and we keep having a lot of trouble getting together, where we'll make reservations for 20 people, but so we'll make 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, and they'll put us at opposite ends of the restaurant and we can't be together. We try doing quick services and there's not enough seats for us. We try going to lounges and we get told, sit down, get away from each other. There's COVID. So we really want to be together. And the only way we've found that we can really be together without Disney yelling at us is for us to book a private event. So we are working on this. In the next few days, maybe even tomorrow, you're going to see an announcement about a private fireworks party at the France Pavilion. We have a coordinator who wasn't the best, and she gave us some misinformation. So we had originally said it was going to be $90 with beer and wine. Unfortunately, it's $90 with a cash bar. So it's $90 for desserts, for private fireworks terrace, for us to be together, coffee and desserts, and there's going to be a cash bar, and they said drinks are between $9 and $13. So this is coming in the next couple of days. The space is limited to 75 people. So it's going to be the kind of thing where the first 75 people to pay are going to be in. Unfortunately, we have to sign a contract with Disney, so it's non-refundable. But I know geeks, and what typically happens is people decide the last minute they want to come. So if for some reason you have to cancel, I'm sure that we'll be able to coordinate with somebody that wants to come. So, but we can't give you the money back, because once we give it to Disney, Disney's going to have it.
They're not going to give it back. Every penny. They like to keep it there.
Luckily, we're a great friend group where we could probably find another person who,
Yeah.
wants to come,
Hey, Holly.
Crushers, Geeks, Mickey Files. This is kind of a celebration of my 50th birthday and Kevin's 55th birthday. So I'd like as many of my dearest and nearest people there. So I'm looking forward to it. Will they let us bring a water bottle? I don't know. We've been told it because we specifically did ask about going and getting the Grand Marnier slushies from up the stairs, and we're told no, you can't bring in outside beverages, even though it's not really outside, it's right up the stairs. But I don't know that they're gonna look in Uncle Dave's backpack. So I don't know. The funny thing about this whole dessert party was that we asked about charcuterie. We know that our friends like a little savory to go with their sweets, and they came back to us with a estimate $82 a person to add charcuterie to the party. So we may be sneaking in. Ken is going to bring a sleeve of Ritz crackers. Scott is going to bring a pepperoni stick, and Dave is going to bring a can of Cheese Whiz, and that'll be our charcuterie. So yeah, we decided that at the 50th. Holly Austin always has a diaper bag. Okay, Kurt, that's great. He's in a car riding to his son's house. Have fun.
Say hi to your son for us.
Hi, son. Yes.
Hi, son.
Do we need the intro music tonight, or are we just?
I think it's time for a little bit of intro music.
Okay, let's go. Such a dork. As an aside, you don't want to sneak too much of Uncle Dave water into this party because we have to reach a $500 threshold on alcohol, or else we have to pay extra for the bartender and the cashier. The bartender and cashier are a separate price, but that price is absorbed if we spend more than $500 on booze. So I don't think we'll have a problem if 75 of us are there getting up to $500 in $9 to $13 drinks. So
yeah,
we'll just see. At the end of the night, if we're not close, we'll just have Kevin buy everybody around to get us over the top.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, Scott, I love you. Yes. So Chris, what are you going to bring to add to the charcuterie? I want to know. Are you going to bring salami, blue cheese, maybe some grapes, nuts, honeycomb, something? You tell me what you're going to add to the charcuterie. Anyway, so one of the things I want to tell you guys about, because this is something that it was great while it lasted, and we were not really telling the world about it. It's this private lounge at Akershus. It's being put on by Florida Blue, and when we went for the preview, it was open, and all you had to do was go on the Florida Blue website and pull up a day pass, and you just went and you just screenshot it and you showed it. Now, apparently, you have to go on 24 hours before to reserve a spot. So if you want free hummus and Baby Bells and Greek yogurt, you can go to Akershus, but you have to go on the Florida Blue website the day before. And then you can go into the private lounge at Akershus. And they bring you out a cart, and you get to select one drink and 2 treats. So you could have a Baby Bell, or you could have hummus. But it was that fun, Dave? Amanda tried to say she was with the Disney Crush, and they still wouldn't let her into the secret lounge at Akershus.
I don't believe it. You got to say the secret word, Uncle Dave's water, and they'll let you in. It's the password.
So we'll share the link on the Friends of the Disney Crush to sign up if you're going to Epcot the next day. It's just a good place to soak up some air conditioning. There's a bathroom in there. And the day we were there, there's hardly anybody in there. But I guess the secret got out, and Florida Blue said, no, we're not going to be that generous with it. We're gonna make you go on the day before and reserve a spot. So
yeah, we got there early. So
yeah, it was like, yeah, right, very early in the festival.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where do you want to start, Dave? You want to start with
50th
anniversary? What do you want to talk?
Yeah, you can start wherever you want.
I want to talk. I know we have so much to talk about. If you listen to the podcast this week, we're going to talk about this, which is the abomination that's happening at Animal Kingdom now. It's called Kite Tails. This is how they have to land the kites. It's not a mistake. It's not a goof. That is how they land the kites. So you're watching the show, and they're going, "Ooby doo, I want to be like you." And then at the end of the song, they crash King Louie into the bleachers. And that is basically the show.
Well, the first show we saw, which I can't remember what float
it was. Jungle Book. It was Jungle Book.
Well, I know, but what?
Baloo. It was Baloo. We didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, it actually fell into the water where it wasn't supposed to go. It was supposed to land in the stands, but it fell in the water. And then so we were like, do they mean to do that? Did they not mean to do that? And then the announcer came on and kind of made some jokes about it. And so we kind of figured, well, that wasn't meant to be. And then they started landing them in the stands, and we thought, and everybody was like, oh, every time when someone would land, oh, like they didn't mean to do that. But then after we saw a few of them land, we realized that that's where they're landing them.
That's it.
That's where they want to land them.
This is the show.
And you're going to hear what I call a PR rant.
By Veronica.
That Veronica had a PR rant. That's called a Pete Warner rant. And she went on, not a rant, but she let everybody know her true feelings about this.
She felt like it was not up to Disney's standards, this Kite Tails.
It was an abomination.
And I feel bad for these people because they're in the front doing like dancing and stuff. And if you're not right in the front row, you don't see them. That's what you see. You can see down there. You just see the top of what they're doing. You don't see them dancing. Only the people in the front row can see this. So it's just weird.
And if you're in the front row, we were at the back of the stadium.
Yeah, we stayed for 2 shows because we were gluttons for punishment.
Yeah, so we were in the back of the stadium for the first show, and then the second show, we got on the very front row. And although they were wonderful and they did a great job, they were a little bit annoying because they were right in your way, and they kept going back and forth while the whole show was going on. So you're like, do I look at them? Do I look at them? It's kind of like cheerleaders at a football game. Do I look at the cheerleaders? Do I watch the game? Cheerleaders game.
Ask Michael, he'll tell you.
Yeah, well, it was a little annoying. So I like. So I thought they could just go away. Like, okay, you did your little thing. Now go away so we can watch the show.
That's a spoiler alert for the podcast this week. I want to talk a little bit more about the resort the resort I stayed at when we went to Disney Springs that weekend. Lion King is better than Jungle Book. Yeah, but it's like, how do we say? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kites were getting stuck in trees, and it's just
it's it's just,
I don't know. It's
Uh-huh.
yeah, like
That's like saying Marmite is better than Vegemite, Samantha.
mm,
You know, that's
yeah.
basically what you're saying.
I don't want to say too much because then I'll spoil Veronica's rant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No.
yeah, you're
Just
just gonna listen to the podcast because it was good.
I wanted to share my pictures from Home 2 Suites with you guys. This is Home 2 Suites in Flamingo Crossing. Flamingo Crossing is literally behind Coronado Springs. We timed it. It took me a minute by car to get on property from Flamingo Crossings. And a couple of people have been asking about off-site locations. And I had taken some pictures. This is our room, and it sleeps 6 because there's 2 queen size beds and a sleeper sofa. There's a full kitchenette, freezer compartment, fridge, microwave. This is a handicapped accessible room, so that everything was down low. Dishwasher, all the dishes and plates and cups and everything you want. It was really nice. And then the free breakfast was amazing. Cereal, juice. They had all the coffees, yogurt, pastries, and bagels. Mickey waffles, both big and small. They had big and small Mickey waffles. That person really stacked their plate. That's a lot of food.
They're trying to get some. Yeah, I think they might have been taking that with them somewhere.
Maybe up to the room.
Maybe.
This was they did have some pre-prepared breakfast sandwiches. That was really good. The applewood bacon and gouda on ciabatta bread. That was really good. They had toppings for your waffles, like strawberries and chocolate chips and things like that. They also had oatmeal. They had the waffles on one side of this stand and the oatmeal on the other side. So I'm imagining that you could spruce up your oatmeal with that stuff too. Obviously coffee, and there's the mini waffles. They also had grills if you were going to stay a long time, and they had a fire pit, and they had a pool with a slide. It was a big pool. I only took that picture, but it was a pretty big pool, and a gym. So it was a really decent hotel, and I think I paid $130 that night. And if, the prices at Disney are getting up there. So if you have a big family, more than 4, those sleep 6, and you could feed a lot of kids with that breakfast and save a lot of money. So, and there were no resort fees, and parking was free. So, all right.
Free parking is good.
Oh, what I got? I forgot the omelets. There were omelets.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Those look like tacos to me.
Yeah, no, they were little mini omelets. All right. This is life going to Disney with Mickey File and Dave. We had to sit there for like 10 minutes waiting for the monorail to come so they could get the perfect picture. So I took the picture of them taking a picture of the monorail.
I love that. I'm so happy that the monorail is back in Epcot. I talked a little bit about that on the podcast coming up too. That I just really, really, really like the Epcot monorail system.
Mm-hmm.
The way it loops around, and it's to me, Epcot is not Epcot without the monorail.
That's true.
Yeah.
We also talked about this. This is the resort monorail line. We were going to Magic Kingdom. And if you can see all the people behind us waiting for the express monorail, getting crammed into their compartments. And we had the whole monorail to ourselves because we took the resort line over to Magic Kingdom.
I don't know if you have another picture of that, but we were the only 3 people.
Yeah.
The only 3 people on this side.
And you see all the people behind us.
See all the people. Now that line went all the way down the ramp.
Down the ramp. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So,
yep. And we were the only people up in the know.
But we're going to keep that between us, right?
Yeah, just the people watching. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's you goofballs with the statue. Okay. This is going to be part of the Chesler run at G3. Chesler as in Ben Chesler. You'll have to get a picture with the statue with your hand over your eyes though, like Michael. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's their fault. They took the pillar away, so that's what they get.
Now you need something else naughty to take a picture of.
We'll find something else. They take that away, we'll find something else.
Karen, you don't like that angle of yourself? Okay, I'll take it down. I'm sorry.
You should know better. Veronica says, from the waist up, crop.
Right,
crop.
right. I have a flattering picture of Dave. It's a wild, crazy race for Crusher immortality. Yep. That's a nice picture I took on my last vacation.
He kept me up all night. I tell you what, that guy, he never sleeps. He's always getting up, running around, doing silly stuff.
This was my favorite picture from the Ratatouille preview. Was you and I went and got our picture taken in front of the PhotoPass, and then 5 minutes later you got back in the line with your wife, so that the PhotoPass photographer is like, okay,
who's this guy and what's he doing?
He's got all these women. He's got all these women.
That was good. Hey, everybody was jealous. That's okay.
I wanted to show this picture of the pizza that me and Scott shared for breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno. We just split that down the middle. There was plenty for both of us.
Yeah, that's become quite popular now. Even
$14.
Yeah, Auntie Judy had it. She said it was great.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that for G3 too. So some of us are gonna go over there and have breakfast.
Yeah, I was real happy. That's the first time I've been there, and I definitely would go back.
I hope that it's a shame because everybody wants them to bring back the characters because they have Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, but the price is going to go up over $40 a person again.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's like the best deal at Disney. So
yeah,
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I don't need Flynn Rider and a
I don't know. His smolder's pretty. His smolder's pretty nice.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. If it's worth $20 for his smolder.
In a recent podcast, we reviewed Wolfgang Puck Express, which we weren't. I don't know. I don't think we're going to go back there anytime soon. But we did do the $37 Orlando Magical Dining offer. Christopher Trout was with us. He got the Caesar salad. And you and I got the burrata, which is like a caprese salad on a bruschetta, Italian bread. And then you and Rich got the salmon, which you were not happy with. And me and Chris got the Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Which was good, but it wasn't really Wiener Schnitzel because Wiener Schnitzel isn't typically chicken. I think it's veal Wiener Schnitzel. Jaeger Schnitzel is pork. I know I had a German friend growing up and her father owned a German restaurant and Jaeger Schnitzel was pork. I think Wiener Schnitzel is supposed to be veal, but that's chicken.
And what did you think about it? Was it good?
It was okay. It wasn't, it could have used a gravy. When my friend's dad at his restaurant, he put a gravy on top of the schnitzel. So we liked it. Okay, Glenn, we liked it. And the burrata was very good. I don't know. I think we had a bad taste in our mouth because it went back to the fact that we had made a reservation for 6 and 6. And we got there early and we said, we want to be together. That's what they tell you to do when you have a big party. And we said, we'll wait. We don't care how long it takes. We just want to be together. And then it was a whole ordeal and we weren't together. And this is what keeps happening to us. And it happened again at Steakhouse 71. It happened someplace else too. I don't remember recently. And it happened at Ale and Compass as well last year. But there were 25 of us and that was a problem. So
Wiener Schnitzel is veal.
Yes. Uli would know.
Mm-hmm.
Wiener Schnitzel should be veal, not chicken, but I guess they dumbed it down for the American audience. There's no such thing as chicken schnitzel. That's called a chicken cutlet. That's Italian, right, Uli? You put tomato sauce on it and call it Parmesan. And this is some kind of martini that I had I think it was a blood orange. And I'd only got a picture of Rich's dessert. Rich had the peanut butter ice cream dessert, which was very good. It was
That's a little
gelato.
Blurry, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I took it with my iPhone 7 because apparently you lost all the pictures on your Samsung. You told me this morning you had no recollection of this meal on your phone.
No, no, Mexico. I couldn't find the ones of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not this one. I didn't know you needed these. I would have sent you some of those. I don't
Oh,
know if I
well.
had some of those or not.
All right. Well,
Um,
what did Karen and Samantha have as an appetizer? Their salmon was good. Now, Rich's salmon was very good, and Dave's salmon was dried out. So I think consistency was an issue.
yeah, I think it was. I think I said it on the podcast. To me, it tasted like someone forgot about it, and it had been sitting there for like 30 minutes under the hot lamp.
I think they were trying to feed all of us at once, and maybe yours was done too early.
Or maybe, yeah, mine was the first one, and they waited for the other ones, and I got a bad piece. I mean, it wasn't.
And Glenn, the
That
thing
bad.
is, I liked it, but I think there's so many other places at Disney Springs that and I live here and I go more often than most people. There are places at Disney Springs I still haven't gotten a chance to try. I haven't been to Enzo's Hideaway yet. There's a couple places I haven't been yet. So I've never been to STK, which really doesn't do anything for me anyway. But I think everybody should go to Haleo. Everybody needs to go to Haleo. Give it a chance. I know it sounds weird to people, but they really should give it a chance. We started a new feature on Friends of the Disney Crush. It's going to be the Instagrammable pictures, because we see these ridiculous pictures that people take, like hanging off a lamppost like this, and so I went down this rabbit hole looking for Disney Instagram pictures, and I found this picture of the boyfriends of Instagram. Look at this dude. This is what the length he goes to get the perfect Instagram picture.
Which is that what he was really doing, or was he just being creepy?
No, that he was taking a picture of her. But no woman wants a picture from down below. I don't know. That's like, it's not flattering to the chin area.
I know. You were in front of some of the statues, and I'm like, down. You're like, a date? No, not down there. Get up higher. I'm like, okay.
This one, Dave took this one from above me.
Yeah, and you're like, no.
No, that was a good one. You took it from above.
Yeah, but I was starting underneath, and you're like, no. I'm like, okay, all right, Missy, I got you. I'll get it right.
I had to get a picture with the statues of Miguel and Dante wearing my Coco ears, and yeah. All right. Well, Glenn, you know what? Maybe you'll have to take me back. We also got the $37 deal, and I don't know if that affected things. I don't know. What are you saying, Dave?
No, I was just going to say that we're all about giving a place a second chance. And I did say that, I think, on the podcast, that we weren't that excited about it, but that we would probably give it another try.
Yeah. And, I've given Homecoming now 3 tries, and I don't like Homecoming. It just doesn't impress me. I don't know. I've given it 3 tries, and I'm not going back. I'm not giving them any more money. So we'll see. Hi, Facebook user. Yes, that is a nice Coco picture, isn't it? And those ears are by Figaro's Whiskers, Mandy Malinowski. Just saying, they light up.
And so speaking of Mandy, those are 2. Mandy Malinowski speaks very highly of Wolfgang Puck too.
Yeah, Mandy liked Wolfgang a lot too. The pizza, the kids like the pizza. So yeah. Karen says, Northers can't drink. I don't know. They have their own conversation going on. Has nothing to do with us, Dave. We're not included.
How dare
I had a lovely dinner last Thursday with Judy and Ken and Nancy, and Travis showed up. He wasn't having dinner with us, but he showed up. And that was the highlight of my trip, was having Auntie Judy in a Don't Be an Alien Swirling Saucer shirt. I mean, guys, you can all wear those shirts, and I love that you all wear those shirts, but there was something really special about seeing Auntie Judy in that shirt.
It really was. It was perfect. That was good.
And I had the burger, the Wagyu burger. And those are the fries I talked about on the podcast. Very overcooked French fries.
Well, they look like it. They look like
they were terrible.
Yeah.
They were terrible. But the burger with the bacon jam and the egg on top was amazing. So, yeah. Scott and Dave are really digging House of Blues. That's another place I haven't been lately. You guys keep going to House of Blues without me.
Well, it's just happened that way, but it'd been a long time since we've been to the House of Blues, and And
I
now
was
we've been
there.
Hmm?
No, it's been like 15 years for me since
Yeah.
I've been to House of Blues.
Yeah. So we have been there several times recently, and they did not disappoint. Portions were great. Food was great. The atmosphere is great. There's music. The staff was amazing. They even remembered us, and it'd been like I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks since we'd been there before. The last time they
3 or
remembered
4
us, we went
weeks.
in. So it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm digging the House of Blues.
Yeah, I think we might go there for brunch on the 14th, but you're not going to be there, so oh well. Side note, November 13th, we are going to Night of a Million Lights at Give Kids the World. There's a bunch of us going. If anybody else is going to be in the area and wants to go, we are going the 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock showing of Night of a Million Lights. And they don't kick you out at 7. They just ask that you don't really linger too long. I'll be there. Veronica will be there. I don't think Dave's going to be there. I think he had other plans. But
it's up in the air right now. I may and I may not.
Well, Michael's going to be there, and I'm going to be there, and Veronica's going to be there, and Scott and Karen Daves are going to be there, and then we're going to probably, if you want to, you don't have to, but we're probably going to go someplace off-site for dinner that night. We were thinking maybe Celebration Town Tavern. We've got to see how many people are coming to see if we can get in there. Laura traveled with 2 13-year-olds, and Aliens Rolling Saucer was comedy gold to them. Did the cast members like it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who comments on the shirt.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any guests can't really comment on it too often. But
only one person got a bad reaction. That was Tom Ellison. Had a cast member tell him they were offended by his shirt. Mm-hmm. So we went over and met our friends from Monorail Tales that night over in Disney Springs. And we decided we were going to do free advertising for Starbucks. So that was really the only place there was any light. There was light coming through that window. So we stood under that window to get a picture. Inadvertently advertised for Starbucks.
Yeah. That's what Steve, my brother, said. Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Nice
advertising for Starbucks there.
But it was great meeting Steve and Sheila for the first time, and Bill Mitchell and Rick Forbes and everyone else. Jeff, you met Jeff Moulton. I can't even know how to say his name, Dave.
Montetero.
Yeah, we don't know. But we had a lot of fun. Yeah. So we had dinner Thursday night, and I wanted to share some pictures of La Hacienda de San Angel. I think I got something stuck in my throat. I really enjoyed this meal, Dave. We'd never been to La Hacienda. It's the first time we went to La Hacienda, and I think we're going to go back, and we're going to order smarter because we didn't need to order as much as we did. There were 3 of us. We could have eaten off of this one entree. This was the Alhambra de Rey, I think. It was beef tenderloin, which was chopped up with bacon and peppers, poblano and bell peppers. And it came with tortillas. You see a tortilla behind Dave, in front of Dave's plate there. And they were really good. And we had extra. We had leftover. And we
probably wouldn't have had extra if I hadn't eaten that Publix sub like 15 minutes earlier than that.
But we also left a lot of chips and guac, because we had chips and guac, and we left a lot. We didn't take those with us. So we could have eaten more of those if we were still hungry. We also ordered shrimp tacos, which I didn't remember to take the picture until 2 of the tacos were gone already. So just imagine in your mind, there are 2 more of those tacos. But those were good, but they were unnecessary. They didn't add anything to the meal, really.
Yeah.
So, and it comes, all the meals come with rice and beans, which are served family style, and chips and salsa come with the meal. And the guac was an extra $13, but the server came to the table and said, "I'm going to get you guys some chips and salsa and guac." And we all said, "Okay." And then we got the bill and saw the guac was $13. So that was a little deceiving.
It was a decent portion of guac.
If this is still available when G3 comes, I think a bunch of us want to try this. This is the $34 Fiesta Pyramid. And I think like a bunch of us could eat off this thing. We could order 2. If a lot of people are interested in it, we could order 2.
Yeah, I think we saw like 3 or 4 people order it while we were there,
Yeah.
right?
So that's like, we have regret now because we found out this is like the best 50th anniversary special menu item, and we didn't try it, but there was no room in our stomachs for it. But served on top of tres leches cake and accompanied by ice cream.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Sam.
Samantha's going to try it with her mom. Okay. And we were there. We got a view of the fireworks. We got a view of the barges. Truthfully, we had a great view of the barges. The fireworks, we saw them go up, but we didn't see what happened once they were in the sky. So keep that in mind when you make a restaurant. When you're going to watch fireworks from inside a restaurant, that you're probably not going to see the whole show, but it was still a good experience for us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was fun. And everybody in the restaurant really got into it. A lot of cheering and clapping. Of course, it was probably the first time they'd seen it like us.
Yeah, it was. It was opening day. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that.
And that was my mojito, which was really good.
That made her dance on the way out of Epcot.
Yeah, I did dance a little bit. There's Michelle. We got to meet Michelle for the first time on last Sunday.
Yeah.
And we had lunch at Steakhouse 71. And this was another case where we made 2 reservations of 6. There were 12 of us, and arrived and said, we'll wait. We want to be together. And they put us at 8 and 4. They split us up 8 and 4. Even though our reservations were for 6 and 6, they separated us 8 and 4. So we got to wave to Judy and Ken and Scott and Karen from across the restaurant, which is what keeps happening to us.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, we were right in that time slot where it was the end of lunch and kind of just the beginning of dinner. They were kind of prepping the tables for dinner. And you think that they could have done a little something.
Yeah, that whole floor was empty, so they could have put tables together and had us together.
Yeah, there was nobody in there. You think they could have accommodated us, but yeah, I don't know. The foretop was so far away, we couldn't even really talk to them. Yeah, it was a little annoying.
So of course, Dave got up without his mask on and went over and talked to them, which is what Dave does. But that's
what they get.
That's what Dave does. Yeah. There's your fork and knife Caesar salad. That's pretty heavily dressed salad. I can't even see the green.
It was maybe a little too much sauce on there.
Yeah.
We both, Veronica and I had it, and we commented that it might have been a little too much sauce, but it was good. I mean, for what it was decent.
You got the Travis Dietrich burger, which is
very good. Very good.
Stack. Travis said this burger changed his life. It is the greatest burger he has ever had at Walt Disney World. So we'll have to see. There's my greatest burger I ever had at Walt Disney World, and I think we need a little friendly competition. But I don't know how we're going to make that work because the restaurants are on total opposite ends of property from one another. So,
yeah, the fries, those waffle fries were no bueno for me. The burger was excellent, and Veronica and I shared it, and it was plenty for us. So, yeah.
Go ahead. Michelle and I both got the prime rib sandwich, which was really good, but this could have been shared. There, if I was there with my husband, we could have shared that. And that is the petite wedge salad. This restaurant gives you a choice of fries or a petite wedge salad or a pasta salad. So we don't have a picture of the pasta salad, but that's. And Mandy got the club sandwich, which looked amazing and was definitely shareable. That's the turkey club.
Yeah, I think when she got that and it came to the table, we were all like, ooh,
yeah,
we should have got that maybe.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Looked really good.
And we all kind of shared the whiskey cake. It's a chocolate whiskey cake, which was really good. But that was $11. So, but we didn't actually get charged for it because our server didn't. She forgot. I don't know.
And if you see right there on the top of the cake at the very top, there's gold flakes. Yeah. And
I think Ken was commenting on the gold.
Yeah. people were debating whether it was real gold or not.
It's edible gold.
It's edible gold. Yep. Look at that crew.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. See, we got up without our masks on and took a picture anyway, much to the chagrin of Disney. But yeah, we're bad people. I think everyone in that picture is vaccinated. I just want to say so. Monorail was wrapped.
Yeah, that was cool. We got to see those. We saw them several times, and that was cool. Yep.
You took that picture from the Contemporary.
Yeah, that was good. That was perfect timing right there. I could just sit around and take pictures of the monorail all day long. Love it.
Yeah, you need to take a day off work and do that.
Yeah, I could. I love it. I just love it. And when a good one comes by, I get so upset. I'm like, oh, I missed that one. That was a good shot. That could have been a great shot.
Brazilian cheese bread from the Brazil booth. Not impressing to Dave, but Dave doesn't like bread. So there's that.
But the presentation of the picture.
Well, you took that picture.
Yeah, Veronica.
That was right before the margarita incident.
Yes, it was. But Veronica staged that because I was trying to put it on the edge of the little planter right there, and she's like, no, let's put it right in here in the bushes.
Well, that was with the leaf. That's a Jeff Apoca trick. I didn't see a picture of the pork belly though. You didn't send me one of those, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I took a picture of the pork belly.
This was possibly the best thing at the festival. The coffee rubbed steak from Kenya. We really like that coffee rubbed steak from Kenya with the kachabucha on top of it. We don't really know what it's called.
No, Scott, I've got
yes, we've had Goldschlager.
I've got
my mother-in-law gave me a bottle of it. I have it on my bar.
I've got bad memories of Goldschlager. That's one I won't do again.
And we talked about this on last week's podcast. This was also the Kenya booth. This was the shrimp. We got 5 shrimp on a skewer for $6.
Very good.
And then we went around the corner to China, and for $7.50, we got 2 shrimp. 5 shrimp for $6.75, 2 shrimp for $7.50. I don't know why, Disney. And this was not very impressive. I didn't think. I don't know. Yes, the bread picture was great, Jeff. We're all your little apprentices.
Yes.
That was the bao taco, as I like to call it. The ribeye on that bao bun was very good. This was from the China booth, but it had cumin, and it tasted like it did not taste Asian to me. It tasted Mexican to me, but
it was good.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
but it tasted like a taco. I don't know. We're getting into the fun food. This is us at the Dolphin. Me and my sister-in-law. We had a lot of fun at the Dolphin.
Look at you beautiful girls there.
Yeah. So then we went and had 50th anniversary treats. 50th anniversary treats. Goldschlager is on Samantha's list of things to never drink again. Here's Mr. Toad's Brat Burger from Friar's Nook. Doesn't that look like Scott's favorite Toad friend?
Yeah. Surprisingly, it was very good.
It was actually good. Yeah. And those tots were good too. And this, I'm not going to spoil tomorrow's podcast. This was the Happy Haunts milkshake from Columbia Harbor House. Notice the straw. That was the best thing about it. Oh, I love Rumpelmans, Scott. You can't come camping with us now because Richie brings out a bottle of Rumpelmans, and we drink the Rumpelmans, and we do ice water. We drink the Rumpelmans, we do the ice water, and then you'll see Tony Ann dancing.
Then she dances.
Do not put on "I Will Survive" because
I got video of her dancing on that.
It's not pretty. And we're not going to spoil the podcast, but this is the strawberry bacon funnel cake hot dog from Casey's Corner, and Dave just threw up a little bit thinking about it.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Nothing about that sounds appealing. The picture is a wonderful picture, by the way, Dave. You took a great picture of it.
Thank you. Well, I learned from the best.
But the taste was not good.
Ooh,
Oh,
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister and Dr. Pepper, Laura.
Mm, mm.
It makes me sound like somebody who drinks, and I really don't drink. Everybody should take a picture outside the bathroom together. That's what all good couples do.
Well, we took that for my daughter, Olivia. She has that tattoo on her.
Yeah.
So we did that for her.
There's me and my sissy.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Oh,
That's a Jeff Apoka quality shot, off center, with the background fuzzy.
I'm learning. I'm like, I can either go far away or go really up close and get part of yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
I love this picture of us. I love this picture of us so much.
Okay,
Except
but
now you see where Dave's bag is. Go ahead, tell the story, because I know.
No. I know the bag. Okay, that's fine. But my legs, I don't know what is wrong with that picture. My legs look like they're like sticks. What is going on with my legs?
I don't know.
My legs do not look like that.
But what happened immediately after we stopped that shot? See where our bags are?
Yeah.
First of all, that's the bag that had the margarita spilled in it a few hours later.
Mm-hmm. And then the people came up.
Yeah, exactly.
They came and just almost like pushed us out of the way. It was like,
we took that picture. Our bags were there, and this family comes up behind us, and they just start standing in front of our like knocking over our bags, and it was like, you can't wait 2 seconds for us to take a picture. Like,
it wasn't like we were lingering. I didn't even take
it. We took a picture and we were moving.
And Veronica didn't even take a picture. It was just me and you. We took a picture real quick, and they just. I had to actually say, "Excuse me, can I get my bag?" Because you're standing, in front of it now. People.
But I love that picture of us. I love that's one of my new favorite pictures of us. David with his 50th. I don't know why you took that picture of me. I realized after the fact that I had my ears on backwards all day. But that's okay. Oh, there's another picture of the crowd at the monorail.
And nobody on this side.
Nobody on our side.
And that was actually the monorail that was coming to pick us up.
Yeah, yeah. To go to Epcot. Yeah. Things are so cool. We have to get over to Animal Kingdom and Hollywood at night to see their iridescent lights.
Yeah.
Because we just really saw Epcot.
But yeah, wow. They've really upped the game over there at Epcot. And with the monorail too. I want to see the monorail at night too. Something else we didn't get to do.
That's not a great picture.
No, I don't know why you put that in. That's a little bit better.
That was a nice picture.
Trying to be a little creative there. I was.
The dolphin is known for their fountains. So that was right before the lights went out. That was we were dancing home at 11:59, and I'm getting my camera ready to take a picture, and I put my camera up and the lights went out, and that was it. They go out at midnight. Exactly. It was 11:59. Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
More fountains. That's the lobby. So Rachel Miller, she got displaced because of the airline thing this weekend, and they had to spend the night at the Dolphin, her and Susan Cox. And Rachel was like, I could have just lived in that lobby. That lobby is amazing. And Susan Cox private messaged me to tell me, you were so right about the beds. As soon as I hit that bed, I was asleep. So.
Yeah, that lobby is amazing. Those pictures you can't really tell from the pictures, but they've got a bar out there and just a huge area with couches everywhere and just a cool, just laid back vibe there. Yeah. Very cool area. Be a good meeting spot if we had a little crush meetup or something.
A little meet, with a sub or something.
Maybe bring in a couple subs.
This is the new Swan Reserve, which was supposed to be open last July. Yeah, it's not even close. That top floor is supposed to be a restaurant, and it's still open on one side, and there's cranes and
a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Ann said, Dave, take a picture.
And are those 2x4s holding up the up on that top level? There was wood slats. No, and I didn't understand why they were holding it.
I'm not too sure if that's part of it or if that's part of the construction. I don't know.
It just looked like naked wood. It didn't
Mm.
look like decorative. I don't know. That was weird. Here's Uncle Dave and Aunt Veronica's magic warm pina coladas with no ice.
Well, yeah. We talked about this, didn't we?
We discovered there was an ice maker literally 2 steps from our room
Mm-hmm.
on our last day there.
But Bell Service had our luggage, and I also
Right.
had an ice chest full of nice, fresh, good ice I got,
Right.
and we were kind of waiting on
Untouched
that,
by human hands.
untouched and not from an ice machine that might have mold or who knows how long
Yeah.
it's been there. So we were kind of waiting on that. And to be perfectly honest, Veronica and I really don't do ice in our drinks, so it wasn't that big a deal for us to have ice.
Yeah.
I will put ice in pina coladas and stuff like that, but to us we were a little stressed from the ride, and we just got there, and then, get into your room, and we're like, man, we need a drink, but they've got all the alcohol down there, and they're taking so long. And Veronica goes, oh, wait a minute, because she had grabbed one of the bags, and we just happened to have those mixers in the bag, and we're like,
let me share a little bit about our family. We camp, and when our kids were real little, Uncle Carlo, who is one of my husband and Dave's wife's brothers, Carlo would have a special ice chest untouched by children. We would keep it on his site, and it would have the clean ice that no children's hands had been in, and that was our ice for drinks.
that's a big thing.
That was Uncle Carlo's ice
clean ice.
chest of untouched ice, so with no
That's right.
little kid hands in it. So,
There's something to be said for nice, clean ice.
hey, Dan.
What's up, Daniel?
I wanted this picture, besides Veronica being gorgeous, I wanted to show the swan boats, because we talked about that on the podcast this week, that with your resort fee at the Swan and Dolphin, that includes the rental of those swan boats that Uncle Dave didn't want to do a swan boat ride.
No, you guys tried to get me.
Just to get a good picture of Uncle Dave at the swan boat.
But it was hot, and I'm like, those are way too much like work for me. If they had a little motor on it, I'd be all in it. But no, I got to pedal that thing? Nah.
I think that was all I had as far as loose ends, Dave. I think, hopefully in 2 weeks, as I promised 2 weeks ago, we'll have Mandy Malinowski to talk about Port Orleans. If you're joining us late, she just got home. She was all caught up in that airline mess, so her flight was delayed by a few days, and so that's why we're not talking about Port Orleans tonight, because I was waiting for Mandy. So we're gonna say goodnight. I think Dave's gonna curl up with Hey.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. I've had a long day. It's time to go get Hey and hit the sack, if you will.
Guys, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, in the next coming days, if you're going to be at G3 and you want to go to the exclusive fireworks party, private party, just us, details about that are going to be coming out in the next couple of days. I'm hoping tomorrow. I think Mandy's just trying to make sure everything looks legal and good. But reach out to us if you don't see it in the next couple of days, because we are going to have to limit it to 75 people, and there's already that much interest. So,
yeah. And I'm working on the podcast that should be out tomorrow afternoon or Thursday morning.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear me.
Yeah, some technical difficulties, but that comes with podcasting, but we'll see how it goes. I'll do some audio stuff to it, and we'll see if we can't make it sound okay. It's a long podcast. It's a longer podcast than we normally do.
We went on.
I think we're right at 2 hours. So
wow.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff going on in the podcast.
Okay, including Veronica's
the PR. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Pete rant. I think that went on for a good 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. Find out how she really feels about Animal Kingdom's kite tails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was.
Samantha's going to be at Port Orleans French Quarter in 16 days. Lucky, get some pictures of beignets, to eat some beignets for us. Good night, Karen And we will see you on November 13th. Again, if anyone's going to be in the Orlando area, November 13th, we are going to go to the Night of a Million Lights. You've got to buy your tickets in advance. They're going fast. So
Yeah, and we're going to not this weekend, but the following weekend. Veronica and I will be in Hollywood Studios. I think we're going just for the day to try out the new Genie Plus. We talk about that on the podcast tomorrow. So we're going to see just how to navigate that a little bit and get the learning curve, start learning that whole system. So we'll have maybe some live feeds, and we'll have a podcast about that too. So that will be, but that comes, that starts the 19th of October.
right.
So I'm
So
sure
you're
we'll
going
hear.
the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going the 23rd. So we'll hear about it before we go, but
Mhm.
we'll try it firsthand ourselves, and then let you guys know exactly how we feel
I
about
can't
it.
wait to hear about it. I have to work that day, so
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but
it's okay. I got to pay for Disney. All
yeah.
right, guys. Good night, Dan. Kiss those babies for me. Good night, Scott. Kiss Karen for me. Uli, I'm not going to tell you to kiss Mike because that's, he's yours. And I'll kiss Rich. Trust me. Dave will tell you about that.
Geez.
Dave will
Oh,
tell you about
man.
that on the podcast too.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Good night.
I love you, Rich. I love you too, Tony.
Good night,
I
Dan.
love you.
Good night, David.
Good night. I love you, Tony.
I love you, David.